Axe.
Arrow Gaming's turn to pick. Mirana. Team Empire's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Resigned to their fate, and maybe we'll see a little bit more.
比较针对现在的几个热门的英雄，
forces them to attack him. Now that might sound a bit strange, but obviously combined with counter Helix, it means he has a chance to hit them back anyway, and it also prevents them from running away for a few seconds. Now what that sets up is things like Mirana. She has an arrow called Sacred Arrow. She fires it from quite a distance. It's a ranged stun.
Remaining.
She fires it, it hits a hero, but as you can see, it's quite a slow moving arrow. Let's just see it again. You can see the arrow doesn't travel that quickly compared to most projectiles in the game. So if you can get the enemy to stand still, you can line up the arrow from a distance away, and obviously Axe, using that Berserker's Call, can set up a nice arrow, and that's the kind of combination that we see in Dota 2 a lot. So she also has an ult called Moonlight Shadow, where she turns herself and her entire team invisible. Very good for catching enemies unawares, and also very good for escaping if a fight goes bad.
Can I talk about the bans here? The bans from Empire are all aimed at the arrows mid for
10 seconds remaining.
players, and basically Empire have decided they want to play against any.
5 seconds remaining.
Even though Arrow mightn't be doing the best,
right?
But
Arrow, we should mention, are 2 and 11. I think they're the bottom of the table.
Yeah.
They didn't expect to do that badly. This certainly doesn't reflect their ability. I think they just had a bit of a shaky start, and their first international for.
Yeah. Biggest thing is that I think they have a lot of nerve. Wanted to kind of.
Right. Where are they from? They're Korean, right?
They're Malaysian.
Malaysian. Sorry, Malaysian.
So they were actually really.
10 seconds remaining.
The fact that a lot, like their government got involved in
5 seconds remaining.
They have a lot of family and friends watching, and they kind of represent Southeast Asia
Reserve time.
in a lot of ways. Them and Titan, of course, to kind of do this badly. I know that pride is at stake. Them, I think that's actually a bigger motive. Getting one more place up and winning
money. Yeah.
They just want to kind of represent and do
well. Let's hope that. Arrow being the underdogs here, they can't actually win anything, but as you said, pride is at stake. If they could win their last game at TI, which this is going to be, then that would be good. That would be something they could at least go home knowing that they won 3 games. They didn't go 0 and. I think it's important to win as many games as you can and learn as much as you can.
Turn to pick.
Batrider, we've seen Batrider picked up a lot. Signature move is Flaming Lasso. He grabs hold of an enemy hero with that Flaming Lasso there and drags them away. And that's useful. He can set up ganks and kills with his teammates, where he goes in, grabs one of the enemy heroes, drags them off, and Blitz, as you always say, being like that immediately gives you the fight. 5 against 4 is almost in pro games. The other team will not commit 4 against 5, will they?
Remaining.
Actually, you have to always kind of be on the back.
5
You just think about having an initial Batrider.
Technically not me. Yeah, good. Okay. We didn't check that. I just realized.
We're good. We're good. Carry on.
Okay.
So why Batrider is such a cause chaos, and that's always what you want in a fight. You don't want the other team to have time to set up. You're the team initiating.
Yeah.
The team going in first. Line it out for 5 or 6 seconds ahead of the other team. Go on him. Everybody knows who to go on, and it becomes so much easier. Whereas as soon as you get jumped on, that's where you see a really good team, if they're a really good team, the ability to kind of say, okay, that guy got like caught off, how do we lead with the rest of this fight? Because if you can't work around that, if you can't work around fighting 5-on-4 or having things not go ideally, then you're always going to lose against your.
Also, it's quite difficult in most games if you're running away. Like, most heroes don't have a simple escape, do they? There's one where it's just like almost a guaranteed escape. If you think about some heroes, they've got to try and you know, they've got to rely a little bit on luck in like hiding and juking and stuff like that. So that's Mirana's leap, by the way. That's one way that she has to get away. She can leap.
It looks pretty cool.
It looks pretty cool. So she can leap over terrain. She can leap off cliffs and things. But that's one of the escapes in the game. A lot of heroes, for instance, Axe doesn't have an escape.
No. He just has to literally walk away.
Yeah, he just has to try and run away. You'll see quite a few heroes do that. Now, Lycan is an example of a hero that does have a good escape. His ultimate form is Shapeshift. He turns into a giant wolf. Excuse me.
Basically, when he's in this wolf form, he can move up maximum movement speed.
He's extremely fast, and he can also get an item called a Black King Bar. You'll hear us refer to BKB, that makes him immune to magical stuns and magical damage. So when he uses his BKB and his ultimate form, he's extremely hard to catch. One thing you'll see him engaged in a lot, and we'll cover this when we come up, is split pushing. Lycan is one of the kings of split pushing. So this is Dazzle. Dazzle is a support hero. In other words, he's not going to be doing a lot of damage. He's not going to be leading the way in terms of items and farm, but he's there to support his teammates. And one of the things that he has is a spell called Shallow Grave, which we'll show you in a second. Let's have a Shallow Grave. So if someone gets low on health, you'll see this spell effect go on them. That's the Shallow Grave. They cannot be killed when they're Shallow Grave, apart from by Axe.
Yeah, Axe is
he can cull you through Shallow Grave with finishing move, but Axe is on their team, so that's cool.
If you combo Dazzle and Axe together in a lane like this, Axe runs in to the enemy hero's Berserker's Call, and then all of a sudden Dazzle uses the Shadow Wave, which is a heal, keep him alive, and if he gets low on life, he can use Shallow Grave to keep him alive.
Yep.
So Axe can be as manly as he likes.
And Dazzle's there. Dazzle's got his back.
Yeah, exactly.
We've seen Bane a few times. Bane is a hero, and it's like Dazzle, support hero, but Bane is a bit less of a healer and more of a ganker. What Bane has is he has a spell called Nightmare. What Nightmare does, it freezes an enemy in place, lets you get set up and get stuns and things around that hero. He also has one called Fiend's Grip. Holds him in place. You'll see these hands coming out of the ground. It does damage, a lot of damage actually, and holds that hero in place, and that goes through magical immunity. You have that Black King bar that we spoke about. It's a good way to lock him down. Now, interestingly, Lycan is very common BKB holder. Gets that BKB. Two heroes that have stuns or grapples that go through magic immunity, Batrider and Bane, and Empire have picked both of these heroes, denying them to Arrow Gaming. But Axe has Berserker's Call. The one remaining, I think the one remaining stun that goes through magic immunity. What else does?
Dots.
What like?
Agnes Souls.
Does it stun or does it grab them? It does? Okay, well there's a black hole. We'll just hold them in place when they don't take any damage.
Arrow Gaming's turn to
Another one.
Yeah, so this is another one that goes through magic immunity. They've picked it up. So they are picking up most of them, aren't they? So there you go. The Vengeful Spirit is a support. She has a stun called Magic Missile. It's a ranged stun. It's quite a good one, I think. And
it does a lot of damage.
It does a lot of damage. Sand King is another support hero. He has a stun. We've seen him a lot. I watched Pylai play Sand King yesterday. I just followed him on player perspective with the game the entire game, because as a Sand King player, I wanted to see what kind of stuff. So this is his Burrow Strike. He stuns in a line, stuns all the heroes in that line damage as well. And his main one of his signature moves, Epicenter, he channels it up by banging his tail like that. It can be interrupted, but if he manages to finish channeling it, he causes an earthquake, does damage in an air.
It's a good point though. Like, if you really want to learn how to play a character, you can go into a player perspective when you're gaming game and just watch exactly where he's looking, what he's clicking, everything.
Because the player perspective is an exact mirror of not just what that player can see, but actually what they're doing. You can even see their mouse clicks and everything. It's fascinating. I don't think there are any other games actually that kind of level of player perspective.
No, I don't think so.
Like I don't think you can do that in this. Oh my goodness! So Arrow Gaming are picking up. Well, Meepo's kind of he's an interesting hero.
Good luck, Ted.
He's a very, very difficult hero to play. One of the hardest in my opinion. Because he's not just one hero. As the game goes on, he splits into 4, possibly 5. You can upgrade it with an item. Poppies. Each of them is controllable individually, and each of them that has the potential to cast their spells. This is Earthbind. He throws a net that holds heroes in place. That goes through magic immunity. Earthbind? Or am I thinking of the Naga Siren net?
5 seconds remaining.
Naga Siren net. Okay. Anyway, it's a net, and this is called Poof, and he basically goes from this place to the location of one of the other Meepos. So he can sort of, not quite teleport, but he sort of magically appears next to them and does damage in an AoE around them. So all the Meepos get around a hero, they throw nets on them to hold them in place with the Earthbind, and then they group up around and basically does a ton of damage. So it's a really, it'll be interesting to see how Arrow Gaming play And then Dragon Knight as well as a pick up by Empire. You might hear us refer to him as DK. Dragon Knight is a very strong hero, very hard to kill. He has a lot of armor, has a lot of health regen, and he could turn into a flipping dragon.
It's pretty.
They have a lot of push actually with the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, when I was watching Empire play a few months, they owned everyone when they picked Dragon Knight. Basically, what they do is because he's so tanky, and put him right on the front line, and they just take each tower one at a time. Really good hero.
So, DC will be playing Meepo. Does that mean we're going to see Meepo mid? Okay. The final pick here, someone on Team Empire is going to pick
10 seconds
Batrider.
remaining.
Their final.
5 seconds remaining.
Mag, yeah, the offlaner.
Yeah.
Very tall, Mag.
Really?
Yeah.
Poikva's very tall.
In his picture, he looks cute and all,
Yeah, but he's actually
huge.
like 6'1".
Young.
Yeah, he is.
He must have grown.
Yeah, he had a nose, and he's been working out. He used to be really chubby.
He did,
For
yeah.
battle.
Because I looked at him and I thought, wow, Poikva's like really skinny. But this is the. Let's just run over this. So Team Empire are currently in their base. We've got Radiant base down here. This is the Radiant base. It doesn't mean they're the good guys. It just means this is their base that Arrow are going to be trying to destroy. And defending it, they've got building these barracks here and these towers. The towers will shoot at enemies that come close. Barracks will generate controlled creeps, as they're called, that march down these areas here. This, what I'm in here, is called the mid lane. This is the mid lane. These are just the routes to the enemy base. There's a top lane and a bot lane. You can see there that this sort of the towers are sort of laid out like lampposts down these avenues. So what's happening is the players are moving around the map, getting a position, and some heroes favor certain areas of the map over others. Some of them will want to get a lot of farm, so they'll try and go into what we call the safer, sort of safe lane down here. Some heroes will want to get a lot of levels and be their own, so they'll tend to go mid here. And then some heroes are just tough and hard to kill, and similarly want levels, so you put them in the off lane up here. What we're looking at the moment, probably going to be, yeah, so we're going to have, commonly you'll have one person on their own in the off lane, one person on their own in the mid lane, and then 3 people up here in the top lane. But instead what we're going to have is a 2-1-2, so you're going to have Dazzle and Axe in a lane, and then you're going to have Meepo mid, and then you're going to have Sand King and up against a Batrider on his own in the off lane. He's perfectly capable of being on his own in the off lane. One of the spells we didn't see preview of in the draft was Firefly, which is a spell that Batrider sort of raises up a little bit, does a little bit of flying, drops a load of fire behind him. He can then destroy trees, he can move over terrain that would otherwise block heroes, and it's quite hard to catch him. It's an escape mechanism that he has. He can also initiate with it.
Yeah, usually you either have like a really slippery guy in the offlane like Batrider, or a really
no money.
But Batrider is like gets caught. I think he's a lot of trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And they've got the potential. They have 2 kinds of stuns here. Rana can fire an arrow. Sand King has a stun as well. I'm just going to turn off my mic.
So one thing that Arrow are doing, they're applying a lot of pressure. He's a melee hero, and we talked about in the draft that Axe has this Berserker's Call on the counter Helix ability. That it's really difficult for him to come in and last hit the creeps. Last hitting plus 39. He gains 39 kill on that creep.
Do you think this is going to be kind of a passive game, or do you think that Arrow are going to go after? I mean, if they've got that strong pushing lineup, in other words, they have the potential to take these towers and get the gold from these towers early on. Are Arrow going to have to respond to that by being aggressive early on, you think?
I think Arrow definitely have a lineup that, because of like how beefy Axe is. Like if you're in this kind of position against like lineup of heroes, you'd be afraid. Because you have the Dazzle backing up with heals, and your character itself is innately really tanky. You can apply so much, but they're going to get so much experience. Let's have a look at mid. He has 2 meepos now.
Yeah.
At level 3, kind of confusing. He has his ultimate, and he can basically, this is the 2 of them. They have the same spells as each other. They're basically the same hero.
But if you kill one of them,
you kill them all.
Meepo dies. Yeah, you don't have to kill all of them. But that's where the skill comes in. When the Meepos gets low, you run him away, and as you're having to control more than one hero is, I mean, it's a nightmare for me. Shane, you were there when I did.
Jesus, don't even. Let's not talk about that.
It was sad. It was Christmas Eve. I had to beat Meepo in the A to Z challenge, where you play every hero. You don't move on to the next one until you won with one.
How many games Did it take like 8 or 9? And then we still didn't win.
I had Draskell coaching me.
Yeah,
he gave up on the coaching. He was like, Ted, I don't think Meepo's your hero. Great. Hard life. We powered through. I got carried.
The next morning we won it.
Yeah. No, not Christmas. It was the whole of Christmas. I was dwelling on it. Yeah. It was Boxing Day. It was the day after.
Right.
Anyway, fairly sort of quiet game so far. I think teams both taking it easy. Empire want to get some levels and I'm on Lycan, and then he can go ham and start put towers on his own. He can summon a couple of wolves. That's something we didn't see, but he can summon wolves. They can help him. One of the things that you'll see in Dota is the creeps will push the towers. So the creeps come up and attack the towers. If you can add to that little army with creeps of your own that you summon, like wolves, for instance. You might get a necro book later. It's called a necronomic. You can summon units with that as well. That's what we talk about when we talk about a pushing lineup. See, there are these wolves here going around the back.
You're just kind of scouting and
so these wolves and necro book units and dome creeps and Lycan basically commands an army, and one of the spells that he has is called Howl, and that buffs gives all the minions on the map extra damage, and that helps with his lineup. Uh-oh, they're going in on Axe here. There was the sleep from Bane, meaning he couldn't run away. The stun from Venge, and then Vanscore actually drawing first blood by taking down the solo Axe. Dazzle had just wandered off to ward for a second, I think. And
let's look at mid. Oh my. Resolution is getting gone on.
He is, yeah. So Sand King has rotated here to try and take out Resolution. He has enough mana for. He has a stun in 4 seconds, but they're going to have to back up here. Oh, this could turn around. There's a oh, the dodge.
Okay.
So
you take it dead.
So Sand King. Let's just cover this for a second. Meepo might escape here. One more attack from Vanscore. Oh, is there a stun from Sand King? He lives. I don't know how he lived there, but I think he might have had a bottle charge.
Yeah, he bottled his other.
So. Quite a few things happen there. Bane might get it. Oh, goodness me. So a lot of heroes very low in health. So, Vengeful Spirit there, you saw her throw her stun, the same stun that she used to get a kill on Axe in the bot lane a minute ago. As she threw the stun, Sand King used his ability Sandstorm to disappear. He went invisible, and when you're invisible, you can't be hit unless the other team has vision of you. They didn't have vision of him to see through invisibility. He was able to dodge the stun. It was perfect timing because the Venge stun travels pretty quickly.
It does, yeah.
So his reactions there were absolutely fantastic. And then going on from that, the Meepo almost died, but he was able to get away with very little health. Fantastic play from them.
What actually Arrow's trying to do here is they're trying to add pressure to the... That gives a little bit more space to that bit. So Axe and Dazzle here are like, okay, we're not actually doing much at the moment, but you can't really let your supports go anywhere else. You know what I mean? They're kind of pinned down.
Look at what the Wolves are about to kill Dazzle, I think. They've got the Berserker's Call there on silent, but the Wolves might be able to finish off Johnny, who's on the Dazzle.
Run, Johnny, run!
Go on, a couple more attacks from the Wolves. They're going to chase him down. No, he's going to turn them back and run them away. They're actually invisible at this level, which is good. That means that they're not just going to be sort of gifted to the enemy team because they are worth gold. You attack with them, they become visible for short sort of duration of time. So that gives you an awful lot of scouting ability with being able to send invisible allies around the map. We've actually saw one being Beastmaster in other games. The little hawk that he could summon. Yeah. As Blitz was saying, information is everything in Dota. You gonna say something, buddy? You alright? Are you tired?
No. Or just kind of... Offensive tri-lane should be a lot more if you kind of be dominating it. Lycan has the most. Got 38. Axe has 4. Have up here. Offensive tri-laning and the other guy has triple
they only had 2.
Farm.
They only had Dazzle and Axe.
Yeah, it was Dazzle Axe.
Yeah, I guess
there's been rotation.
Kind of just stacks like that. Better if you're gonna set, because it's not like the Mirana is doing well. Mag is doing.
You don't think they're like applying enough pressure bottom lane?
I mean, to be honest, I thought they were gonna play really hard, and it looks like they're just kind of
having known for that, aren't they?
No, not really. They play really, really hard.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I've never seen them pick Meepo. I've never seen them pick Axe. So I think it's more Not a whole lot on the line.
Yeah.
Nothing changes for them, and they win with this strategy. Like
They'll look like geniuses.
yeah, exactly. They'll look cool, and if they lose, they were meant to lose with strategy anyway.
Do you think as well, like this is a chance for them to try out something that they may consider like a pocket strat, so like a secret strat that they've got, and they just think, well, now we can try it against a team where we have nothing to lose and they have everything to gain, so we can see how it'll go.
I think all their pocket strats were used in the previous days. I mean, I can't imagine
But this might be the pocket strat you would never play if you really needed to win.
Pocket strat.
This is the back pocket strat, right? The one you don't mind sitting on.
I thought they had.
Max could be in trouble here.
He has backup. Like, look where DDZ is on the Meepo.
Got DDZ maybe, because this is one of the things about Meepo, as you can see, there's a Meepo in mid lane here, and there's a Meepo down here. At the bottom,
Dire's middle tower
he can be all over the map. He can actually send a Meepo back to base if he needs to. He's got an awful lot of mobility, so he can be getting experience in multiple lanes. He'll be killing creeps in the jungle. It's pretty crazy. If you can manage all those different heroes, then payoff is big.
The wolves are actually just following him around.
Yeah, there they are. They know where he is.
Chipping on his heels.
Sniffing at him. He's in trouble here. There's the heal from Daz.
Johnny's got us back. A lot of crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the jungle here. So
oh my god, Mag.
He's in trouble. Gets caught by the net and Marana arrow, and the stun from Sand King will just do enough damage to finish him off.
What Sand King was doing, for the first like 5 minutes of the game, was he was sacking the jungle camp. So he'd attack them, pull them out of the camp, and make another camp spawn. And he was trying to do that for himself, so he could get a bit of farm later. But Mag, the cheeky git, ran into their jungle and just tried to like steal all of it, but he got punished for it.
I think he got a few though.
Yeah, he definitely got a good.
And jungle or stack camps here. Get it around. Just jungle and do nothing else. You'll get it around. But if you're disrupting the other lane, which how much CS? For a second, he's got 33, and that was just actually mainly from lane. For him to be able to do that just through laning, fantastic. Now he can do the stacks over here. Should have his blink dagger after this.
Yeah, as well as not just leaving the enemy to free farm. Right?
These little nets from Meepo, you actually have to target them on an area, and he has a little toss animation on him.
Yeah, it's not like Sand King's stun where you you just click and it's guaranteed. You can actually miss.
It takes a bit of finesse.
The Meepo arrows, nets, sorry. This is a push coming in here, maybe from Empire. I'm not sure they're going to continue, but they are keeping heroes down here, so they'll go and do a little bit of damage to the tower. You need to be careful.
Dire's structures are fortified.
They've used their fortification. When that sort of gold swirly stuff is going around the tower, that means it can't take any damage. So if you want to defend a tower, or you want to prevent a team taking it easy, your fortification is on a 5-minute cooldown. Back and Resolution's actually used into a dragon, does extra damage to structures and things.
He does like a poison bit damage.
Yeah.
Like you can see it on the catapult here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It should be a fairly, this is a fairly easy tower actually for Empire, so they're just going to keep going. They don't
they're not afraid of anything really.
Right, it doesn't have his blink dagger yet. Oh, he does. He's just picked it up actually.
Yeah.
They can pick up a kill here.
Look how afraid are we.
They actually can't defend this.
Yeah, they can't.
Oh my god.
Because if they go too close, they're going to get blinked on by the Batrider. And look at the tower damage here. Ooh. Is this what Empire's... This is what Empire's lineup basically
they pick
designed to do.
Kill every tower.
They got 2 towers in a couple of minutes there.
You know what, we always talk about how important the towers are and how important the map
are.
And if you look at what Empire's just... They take 2 towers with no rebuttal at all from our arrow. They just have to walk away basically. And Empire aren't finished.
No, they've smoked up. They're going to try and catch someone coming into the lane. There he goes, the Batrider grabbing him, got that last dragging him in the fire, taking an awful lot of damage, and that was a very quick kill.
Lycan has a spell called Hell. You want to talk about the Hell?
Yeah. It just adds bonus.
Top tower is under attack.
Gives your units 5 each, and that combined with the medallion allows them to kind of a lot of cheap damage early on, having to have to. Easiest way to check if you're doing well as an offlaner is compare yourself to offlaner. Kind of how you look at it. It's possible for you to kind of compare yourself to any other map, because there's no point. Take a look at Mag. He's level
Radiant's middle tower is
6,
under attack.
and he needs a blink dagger as well. That's kind of his pivotal item, as we talked about. He doesn't have any way starting a fight or leaving a fight, and the only way he has that is the blink.
And he's not even halfway
No,
there.
yeah, he's not even
He
close.
doesn't have any jungle stacks because also need that blink dagger as well, or just farm in general. And
Mel's
Anking's
in-
kind of close,
He is really close.
but Axe I think is a little have one. Otherwise he's just dead weight.
Yeah.
At least Sand King is a Axe can't really do that one, and the fact that Mag has one about ahead of schedule, and Axe is probably going to get it around at the rate it's looking at. One of those items takes you a while to get, and you're doing this poorly, you're going to die once or twice.
Yeah.
Having
Mag
seen
going in
20
there, by the way, top.
Ooh.
But there's that shallow grave, and that sleep though, and that should be the end of Sand King. Look at the sounds, and he was very close. And that's a double kill. Arrow though, well.
Is this 2 more towers as well? Like,
Yeah, it must be.
How does Arrow defend against this? Oh,
Wait, Resolution's
Radiant's bottom
teleporting.
tower is under attack.
He's teleported.
They don't
down.
even need
They don't need him now.
Yeah,
Is under
because they've
attack.
got the wolves and they've got
The Howl.
Silent here with the Howl. I mean, look how quickly the tower's going down. They can come and try and defend it, but they might. There goes the net, and there goes the call from Axe. Oh,
I actually think Silent's going to go down here.
yeah. There's a call. There's the culling blade. Zhang Zai managing to take out the Lycan. Arrow successfully
Oh.
defend.
DDC was trying to
Meepo
kill the
just killed
courier.
down. Sorry, yeah, Meepo killed. Resolution, however, is down here farming away. Pretty close to his BKB actually. In fact, he just needs to
crap.
buy the recipe, which is pretty good for him. Once he gets his
14
BKB,
minutes into the game.
yeah, he's going to be very hard to kill.
Oh, you have general timings right.
Radiant's
Dragon
top
Knight, Dead
tower
Treads,
is under
BK.
attack.
I think the standard is like 17 minutes. Dota's a game of minutes. If you're able to get a BKB 2 minutes, that's just 2 minutes you have to fight,
Yeah.
where you can't die. And at 14 minutes, if you're having a BKB, nobody can actually.
That was a big ult there. You saw the earthquake going down from Sand King, doing a lot of damage.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
But,
everyone should die here.
Yeah, they should get
Okay.
everyone. The Dazzle did manage to save the Axe with Shallow Grave, but Empire have a lot of damage and a lot of armor reduction coming through from Vengeful Spirit. She's got that wave of terror, that sort of shriek, a sort of white light. She goes, woo! And lowers the armor
Dyer's
of
top tower
enemy
is
units.
under attack.
Heroes makes them much easier to kill.
Yeah, she just kind of
Dyer's
screams at you and you
top
get,
Yeah,
get
it's
afraid.
terrifying. Screams your armor off. Voice.
That's like, he was not really wearing much armor, I guess.
Cloth thing over
A
his
cloth.
Meepo?
Protecting much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got that thing.
Well,
Like,
dude,
it
when
covers like his junk and nothing else.
That's not what a kilt
That's not a
is.
kilt. A
No,
kilt
but-
is like a skirt.
Well, that's it. What is that? What would you call that then?
A
handkerchief.
A
loincloth.
loincloth. Okay, he's got a loin.
Oh, they're going on resolution, but that's... Vanscore's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Vanscore getting swapped, saving resolution. That's one of the things Avenge can do, can swap her position with a friendly or enemy hero, and often what you'll do with Avenge is if you see the carry, in other words, you hero getting got, you swap with them, from so they go to your position, which is safer than their position, and throw yourself under the bus.
So
to save
honourable,
them.
isn't it,
It is
really?
mega honourable. I think that's why she's vengeful.
Yeah.
She's got a notebook, and every time
Every
she saves
day.
someone, she's like, just let me make a note of your name.
This
I
is
didn't even
5
say-
times
You didn't
today.
say thank you.
Ink size is actually really.
He
Only
is.
about 3. Rising, I think.
Yeah, they did
Able
really
to
well.
pick off a few Islanders as well, who's Lycan doesn't actually need any sort of farm at all. Maybe getting powers down,
Yeah.
creating pressure around the map, and then you become the hardest hero in the need at least times.
Lycan's probably one of my favorite heroes in Dota. So relaxing, basically.
She's
I just like not attacking players. I just kill the towers. Pacifist. Like he pushes towers so fast. So if
That's why you like playing Terrorblade, dude.
oh, that was a rough time in my life.
those are your heroes, Terror Lycan.
I played
Now.
Terrorblade for like 2 weeks straight.
For like the scummiest heroes to play. Like, she'll tell me you're a Phoenix picker.
No, only 4
That's
games.
Andre, our friend Andre.
Oh my
is a Phoenix
gosh,
picker.
you guys are actually the grossest
We have a meeting every week. It's like the League of
to
Assured-
discuss.
The
yeah.
League of Scum.
And so the Lycan Wolves. This is, I believe, this is one of the biggest reasons that like because you can't have sentries everywhere on the map.
Yeah,
right.
And the Lycan Wolves are so quick, they've got 400. So they're moving invisible wards.
Yeah.
And also they have like this crazy health regen as well. So if you try and kill them, they actually like just like look how fast they're regen.
Yeah, they died. So one of the things we haven't mentioned yet so far, in fact there are just some in the river right here. If you see these sort of eyeballs on orcs here, these are wards. They give vision that your heroes and structures aren't, so they're like a sort of lighthouse. There's a dunk for you.
It's the most satisfying.
It is the most satisfying. It absolutely is. Because you can only dunk them that sort of like this. Give it all! Yeah! When they get below a certain threshold of
That was
health.
actually 3 down too.
Yeah, that's
for
huge.
Arrow. They're somehow winning this. Don't have.
Dude, it's Meepo. When Meepo gets his Blink Dagger and comes online,
Radiant's
and he's
bottom
getting
tower is
an
under
axe and
attack.
an Aghanim
He's so
scepter.
farmed.
He is.
He's about to get his Ags as well.
So an Aghanim scepter is an item that upgrades your ultimate ability, or most hero in the game's ultimate ability anyway. And what that does is give Meepo another Meepo. Now for someone like me, that's actually a bad thing, but if you're a good Meepo player, it's a very good thing. So you end up with 5 Meepos, each of them doing the poof, which does 140 damage each time.
They have to actually just ignore this and.
Yeah.
There's no way that they.
The wolves don't.
They're gonna win the fight. It's just
Scouting.
They're in
he
trouble
has to
here.
get this.
Oh,
Silas snatches it.
Batrider snatched the Aegis.
Oh my
So
god.
they killed Roshan. The Aegis drops on the floor, and Batrider was able to blink in there and grab it before anybody else could get it. And that's a free item for 7 viewers. Congratulations.
Dire's
It
bottom tower
actually
is
used
under
to say
attack.
the names of the viewers,
It did.
and
Structures
sometimes
are
people
fortified.
mightn't have the nicest names in the
They
world.
did put some offensive names in there.
And it'd just say like so and so's massive something something.
Just
has
one.
Just one an item.
Dire's middle
It was
tower
hilarious.
has
It's
It's a
fallen.
real shame. They just need a language filter. Because
Yeah.
I like seeing, like, on the rare occasions.
Oh, do you remember when I won and you were casting the game? I was like, oh, Shane won an item.
Shade! Yeah, it's funny.
That was the. Have like the disgusting name possible. Just
Yeah.
So,
Just in case you
yeah,
won.
and then how can you have a third? You could just. Or something.
It's true.
That was you.
Yeah.
You're the one with the names.
He's
Yeah,
the
that
hacker
was.
who cracked the language filter.
Monster Blitz.
There's a potential smoke gank coming from Arrow. They have made themselves invisible using Smoke of Deceit. They sneak and pass these observer wards into the jungle. They know that Empire will have heroes here. There's a double.
Okay, here's
there.
another dunk.
Blink's done.
Tower is under attack.
The best part
Axe for
about
the
dunk
kill.
is after you do it, your whole team gets this massive rush of adrenaline. And we're like, whoa, blah, 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 and they all run really quickly.
It reflects real life.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
when I get a good dunk, I get a rush of adrenaline. So it's the best spell. Look at the size of his axe. Imagine smacking someone on the head with that bad boy. That's good. That's a cool axe, actually.
Yeah, you
What is that one?
have to buy a T-shirt.
Auspicious Wyvern Guard Edge. Damn it.
James has like 8 of them. So
Does he really?
yeah,
I'll get one off James.
He hoards them to get.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Empire
attack.
looking for action. Zhang has thrown himself in there with a Berserker's Call, trying to get Mac to stay and fight. Fighting in the fire of Batrider Resolution, using his BKB, becoming magic immune. Is able to go. He's got a mega kill streak now. He's able to kill 3 heroes. Oh, it's actually was it 3 for Resolution, I think? And Silent got a double kill as well. Almost a wipe there. For Arrow, almost got wiped out, and Empire are going to be able to push this lane down. Is that a Neckbook 3 creep?
It is, yeah.
So Silent has bought an item called Necronomicon. He's upgraded it to level 3, and now these bigger sort of creeps that you can see, that there's a ranged one and a melee one. They do an awful lot of damage. They're very good for pushing towers down. Oh wow.
Okay. So one of the weaknesses to Meatbow, I guess, is AoE damage. What happens when you turn into a dragon as Dragon Knight is you get your second ulti. This kind of slash damage, like with your fire breathing,
Yeah.
and you can kill multiple units in it.
It means that you because you're not just focusing one Meepo, he can't just run that one away.
Yeah,
They're all low, so he can't defend them all. So
Dire's middle tower
it's
is
easy
under
to kill
attack.
him. Yeah, so he's got his Meepos up here. He needs to be very careful. Batrider's kind of good against Meepo because he can just grab one
Yeah,
Meepo,
you just
can't he?
focus
So,
on. I think heroes like Batrider are really, really good for new players.
yeah, what are they bad at? What is
Yeah.
Batrider bad at?
It's also to do with like if you're a new player and you don't know who to attack in a team fight, or
Dire's
but all
top
of a sudden
tower
one of them
is
is just
under
kind of in
attack.
this lasso, and everyone's like, all right, boys, let's attack this one. You know,
Yeah.
his focus is.
I haven't played much Batrider actually. Andre plays a lot of.
He's
Andre
kind of
plays a
fun.
lot of Batrider, but he is fun when you play him. He's a hero that I play, and this guy's really cool. If you don't do that thing that he did where you stack up the camps, it can be quite hard to get his items.
Yeah, it is.
Tiger, your hero.
Yeah.
You're not able to down anybody. Main line. The ability.
Is it the smallest range in the game? I think it is.
What about Dragon
What's
Tail?
Call?
Yeah, if you look at
Call's pretty big.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't. Done, I guess, for Dragon Tail.
It's pretty big as well.
That's by far as well. So yeah, it must be getting close to.
It looks like a little tiny cup.
I hate you. So that was yeah. So that's the thing with Batrider. He's one of those heroes that I think you watch some pros play. Like we said, do the player perspective. Watch how they play Batrider and look at how they stack the jungle camps and how they get the farm that they need. Like often I'll find that one of the big differences. When you were coaching me in how to play heroes, you were like, go stack the camp. Go jungle, go farm, like continually reminding me that you have to be earning money at every single point of the game. If you're just standing there,
yeah, as a new player,
you're wasting time. And I used to do that a lot. My friend would say, what are you doing? I said, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the stuff. You got to be constantly on the move. There's always something to do.
Have an objective, like
exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna do this, and then after that, I'm gonna do this. So you're not just like standing there thinking, do I go here? Do I go here?
Yeah.
Like, just if you when in doubt, kill creeps.
When I was watching Pylai Die yesterday on Sand King, as trying to copy some of the plays and figure out what he does, it's constantly stacking. He had so much gold. He was like one of the most farmed. He was the most farmed support in the game. Continually stacking camps or farming camps, and just he's always like this, like Mosin here is doing with the Sand King. He's using his Sandstorm ability to be able to farm the neutral creeps here. So if you had stacked this camp so that it had 2 or 3 levels of creeps in it, then you could get an awful lot of money in one go.
Oh.
And that's why he was able to get that money. Oh, that blink.
But he just blinked like that was like fast time.
Yeah, Batrider was he's got his blink dagger, so they're blinking in, trying to grab the. Got a gem as well, so you can actually see invisible units. So Sand King normally invisible in his Sandstorm. Back there on the Batrider, I think a gem is also vital on Batrider as well. You often see them carrying it because it allows him to blink in and grab invisible units.
Yeah, and it's also to do with the Firefly, his third spell. He can see everything in an area around him. Nothing can block him. Like, he's a really good hero.
Yeah, he is. Pain to play against. So here comes this push top. Look at
what can Arrow do? Like, I guess they have.
There's nothing. I don't think there's anything.
It's so hard.
Yeah, with the.
There's actually Lincoln's job. He's right now on the. Off the speaking. Tanking channel.
Oh, he got it.
That's a great call from Axe.
Oh, and the King ult gets cancelled.
Oh god, but
Meepo
DDT is doing a lot of damage. But, oh,
yeah,
okay.
I think he goes down very quickly, and that should be GG. Empire are going to chase them down though. Batrider trying to slow down Johnny. A couple more auto attacks. Oh, he might just live actually. Heals and max and earns going down all over the place.
Look at the base. It falls over in seconds when they were like.
Once Lycan and Dragon Knight start attacking structures, it just melts too easily, and I guess they're going to just back up here. Job done. Meepo actually bought back into the game, so they don't particularly want to have to fight again, I guess.
Let's have a look at some graphs. I think this game is pretty filthy. Like,
yeah, 10,000 gold lead, 25-minute mark. Let's talk about if you have a mech and 20k gold. That's when the Chinese team say it's time to end the game.
Bottom tower is under attack.
I think they have a mech.
If you're spectating a game and you want to F6 or F7, like hover over the. They tell you what happened and.
Can't.
Never done that? Wow.
I was always wondering where.
Now you've learned.
And I just never over hover.
The noob stream can even teach greatest player in the world.
Yeah, when I coached you, I was just watching for like the first of every one of your. Actually, like.
Did you really?
Yeah, and I noticed the largest thing. They're pretty like above average. If average is 50%, I'd probably be 80.
Of badness?
Of good, like of all players. And so I noticed even a player like that. The largest thing that was kind of plaguing you was wasting too much. You weren't sure what you would do, so you would go around, would pass jungle camps and stuff like that.
Silent is tanking their entire team!
Oh my god, he's so beefy.
Finally!
And the
swap! Vengeful Spirit swapped him out and he will run away. Unbelievable.
Oh my god.
Did you see how long he was tanking there for? He tanked their entire team. Always want to fly. Might go down Silent. Silent is thinking about going back in here. Tanking, stunning him with the epicenter. And that's a dead Lycan. I don't quite understand why Silent didn't run away there. I don't think he realized. There's a gem down here. Always
Oh my
god! That's a fantastic kill there on the axe.
So
absolutely perfect.
What he did there was he used Brain Sap, which basically deals 300 damage and gives that 300 back to you as life. And it completely swapped the situation
Kills
around
the
him.
courier as well. So that was like a
By hiding in the trees here, he was able to sort of
By himself.
ambush. It was like in a cartoon when someone's being chased and they hide down an alleyway and everyone runs past. So he hid in that by that tree that they couldn't see him. He popped out, brain sap someone, managed to get a kill.
actually
Radiant's middle tower is under
got a
attack.
gem now as well.
Oh my god.
Up 5 kills.
They have 2 gems. That King has 2 gems.
Yeah.
One is Vance.
So it's all of a sudden taking quite a turn, even though Empire do have top racks, so they do have a small advantage with the lane pushing
The
in
top barracks there, yeah.
How to survive that
Yeah.
chance? 'Cause
Yeah.
the only people that live there, Priestess of the Mana. I don't know why they. I guess it was way too long.
Yeah, it is long.
The Mirana was. Both of the stacks both died. This stage in the game when you're this offlaner getting the levels and that, but the fact that DDZ die there, not too terrible.
One thing about Meepo though, he gains levels faster than any hero in the entire game.
Because
Basically each Meepo acts as an individual hero and he can go anywhere on them. And like, he can send one Meepo to the jungle, kill a jungle camp, while the other Meepo is in bottom lane, say for killing.
I thought what impressed me in that fight was how long Lycan was able to just stand there tanking, what, 5 Meepos, 2 or 3 other heroes, got a kill. That's the power of Lycan. It's so hard to kill. Roshan just spawning up here.
That's mainly due to the Heart of Tarask item.
Fire! It's like Apocalypse Now.
Like if you look at Lycan, he has an item called Heart of Tarask, which is the most health you can gain from one item, like 40 strength. So each strength gives you like 20 life, 19 life. Insane amount of life.
What does Meepo get here now that he's got Aghanims and Blink Dagger? What do you get on him now?
A lot of people build body because the rest of your meeps don't gain your items. They gain your stats. You're getting flat stat items is really good, and I have Scotty, it gives you 5 to all add.
Right, and it also, for the main Meepo, it's got some other benefits as well, but what you're saying is basically just build stats, build stats, build stats.
Yeah, you get health,
Heart's also good on me.
Yeah, Heart's pretty fantastic as well.
Do you think Arrow are going to be able to snatch this or get involved in this?
They
Dragon Knight grabbed the
fight
Aegis.
that.
They did.
Because there's no way they're gonna. You saw how long it took them to actually able to dive.
Yeah.
Before he kind of just got cocky and.
Now they can't.
Oh,
Resolution just zaps.
That's another courier killed. So the courier is the little guy that brings items to you from base, and without him, you have to go all the way to the shop to get items. Otherwise,
He's really weak as well. Like pretty much one hit, 2 hits.
First time he was. I heard some ridiculous that apparently all but like 5 heroes in Dota have been.
Yesterday at the start, it was only there were 9 heroes there were only 9 heroes that hadn't been picked.
That's a really.
And then it had shrunk down again from there. Crystal Maiden is one of them, which is surprising because she used. So there were a bunch of heroes that I was like, okay, that's fair enough.
Good because
Bloodseeker is one that hasn't been.
That's a really good sign for Dota in general.
Yeah.
Everything is viable.
Absolutely.
No matter what you're playing in a pub game, it can't be that terrible.
Back there, getting caught.
Damage Resolutions do.
A ton of damage from Resolution. Everybody's boxed up. Bad AoE splash damage from the Dragon Knight auto attack. Exploding heroes left and right. Meepo fires back into the game. Silent attacking the tower. Resolution is looking around for someone to kill. He's invisible. He's going to surprise someone. But I'm not sure he's going to be able to do much here.
Annihilated by Resolution.
Mito ball back and died.
Oh, he's going to get a rampage?
Game over, surely. Silent with the rampage, that's 5 kills without answer. Absolutely incredible play by Silent, and this is a game over for Arrow. Poor Arrow. They're going to lose. That's GG's been called.
Resolution
And Empire have put the cat amongst the pigeons now in terms of the tiebreakers.
In a house.
The cat has moved into the house next to all of the pigeons. You would not believe it. Once we finish the next couple of games, you'll see the table will be absolutely unbelievable. We're going to have tiebreakers till doomsday. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly.